The Lantern and the Storm. When the storm came, every light failed, except his. Part 1. The Lantern Maker's Craft. In a quiet riverside town, nestled between misty trees and winding paths, lived Ayan, a lantern maker whose hands carried the patience of generations. His lanterns were not ornate. No gold leaf, no colored glass. Just bamboo frames, cotton wicks, and oil that burned slow and steady. Each morning, he sat by the window, shaping light with silence. Children watched curiously. Travelers passed by without noticing. One day, a wealthy merchant scoffed at his work. "These are dull. People want brilliance. Sparkle, something that dazzles." Ayan smiled gently. Dazzle fades. But steady light, it stays when the storm comes. The townsfolk chuckled. His words were too quiet for a world-chasing spectacle. But Ayan kept crafting, one lantern at a time. Part 2. The Gathering Storm. The day began with whispers, birds flying low, dogs restless, the river murmuring louder than usual. Ayan paused mid-craft, sensing something in the wind. By dusk, the sky turned iron gray. Leaves spun in circles. The merchant's servants rushed to cover his wares while children were called indoors. Then the storm broke. Rain fell like nails. Thunder cracked the sky open. The river, once gentle, surged like a beast unleashed. Streets vanished beneath water, doors slammed, windows shattered. The merchant's mansion, with its chandeliers and velvet curtains, went dark, just like the smallest hut. Torches were drowned, candles snuffed. The town became a blind labyrinth. People screamed, parents clutched children. Neighbors called out, but voices were swallowed by wind. In the chaos, no one could tell which way led to safety. The storm had erased every familiar path. Part 3. The Trail of Light. Then, from the far end of the town, a glow appeared, dim, steady. Familiar. Ayan had lit his lanterns, each one crafted with care, each wick trimmed to endure. He stepped into the floodwaters, his robe soaked, his hands trembling but determined. He placed lanterns on fence posts, floating crates, broken carts, any surface that held. One by one, the flames formed a path. Not bright, not dazzling, but unwavering. Families saw the glow and moved toward it. Children followed the flicker. Elders leaned on shoulders. Even the merchant, barefoot and shivering, followed the light he once mocked. The lanterns did not shout. They whispered, "This way, keep going. You are not alone." And so, through the storm's fury, the town walked, guided by quiet flames that refused to die. Part 4. The Dawn After the Storm. By morning, the storm had passed. The river receded, leaving behind mud and silence. But the lanterns still glowed, faint, golden, faithful. The town gathered near Ayan's shop. The merchant stepped forward, his voice softer than before. "Your lantern saved us. I chased brilliance, but it was your quiet light that endured." Ayan nodded. A lantern's worth isn't in how it dazzles. It's in how long it stays lit, when everything else goes dark. The townsfolk listened, and for the first time, they truly saw him. Not just the lanterns, but the man who made them. Part 5. The Lesson. In the days that followed, the town rebuilt. Mud was cleared, walls were patched, but something had changed. Ayan's lanterns were no longer seen as plain. They were sacred. Children came to learn his craft. Travelers asked for his designs. Even the merchant kept one by his bedside. No jewels, just a wick and a memory. And whenever storms threatened, the town lit Ayan's lanterns first. Not for beauty, not for show, but for faith. They remembered his words. Do not measure worth by how much it dazzles. Measure it by how long it carries you through the dark. And in every home, one lantern stayed lit. Quiet, steady, waiting. Because storms would come again. But now, the town knew. The truest light is the one that endures. True value lies not in brilliance, but in endurance. The brightest flame may burn out quickly, but the quiet light, the one that guides, comforts, and survives the storm, is the light that truly matters.